Humans have made some truly questionable decisions, but some of them were so spectacularly dumb that they led to real historical disasters. So today, let's look at 3 of the worst decisions ever made and why they went so horribly wrong. First, Napoleon versus rabbits, the most embarrassing battle ever. Let's start with Napoleon Bonaparte. You know, the guy who conquered half of Europe, the man who defeated armies twice his size, the tactical genius who lost a battle against rabbits. In 1707, Napoleon decided to treat his generals to a fun rabbit hunt. His chief of staff got way too excited and gathered 3,000 rabbits. What they didn't realize? These weren't wild rabbits. They were farm-raised and very, very hungry. When Napoleon's men released the rabbits, instead of running away, they charged. Thousands of fluffy, angry, starving rabbits stormed toward the most powerful man in the world. Napoleon and his generals tried to fight them off, but the rabbits were too fast. Some even jumped into Napoleon's carriage. Eventually, Napoleon was forced to retreat from the battlefield. His opponent? Rabbits, and they won. So, if you ever feel embarrassed about something, just remember, Napoleon lost to bunnies. 2. The Great Molasses Flood. Boston's sweetest disaster, 1919. Next up, the Great Molasses Flood. A disaster so ridiculous it sounds fake, but I promise you it's 100% real. In 1919, a company in Boston decided to store 2.3 million gallons of molasses, which is basically slow-motion lava, in a cheap, poorly built tank. What could go wrong? Well, everything. On January 15th, the tank burst open, unleashing a 25-foot-high wave of molasses, moving at 35 miles per hour. That's right. Boston got hit by a sticky tsunami. Buildings were flattened. Horses got stuck like flies in syrup. People tried to outrun it, but joke's on them, because running in molasses is like trying to sprint through honey. It took weeks to clean up the mess, and for decades, on hot summer days, the city still smelled like pancakes. The moral of the story? Don't store 2 million gallons of syrup in a tin can. 3. The Exploding Whale. Oregon's worst idea ever, 1970. It's 1970 in Oregon. A giant dead whale washes up on the beach. The smell? Horrific. The solution? Apparently, TNT. Turns out blowing up a whale doesn't make it disappear, it just makes more whale. And that, kids, is how Oregon learned not to solve problems with explosives. So what did we learn today? Never underestimate rabbits. Don't store millions of gallons of syrup in a cheap tank. And most importantly, if you ever have to get rid of a whale, maybe just use a bulldozer. History is filled with bad decisions, but these were next-level stupid.